This is how to play like Oleksandr Zinchenko. First scenario I'm going to put you in is receiving the ball from your goalkeeper with your back to goal.
Before I receive every single ball, I need to analyze everything around me, so I need to scan everything. And probably from the left back spot, it's much easier rather than when you play in the midfield, because in the midfield you always have to turn your neck in 360 degrees, every single time before you receive the ball, and so there's plenty players who can jump to you, so you have to be careful with this. In the left back spot, you always have all pitch and all players in front of you, so you have much more time to do that. Yeah, of course you have to know what you need to do with the ball when you're gonna receive it. You have to know already your next step. And that's the priority things.
So what kind of things are you checking for when you're before you're receiving the ball, whether it be back to goal or facing forward?
Well, first of all, my body language and my body shape needs to be in the right spot, because if I'm gonna look to my goalie and then I'm gonna have in my back my left winger, let's say, I'm not gonna see where he is, because in 1 second situation can change. So that's why your body shape needs to be in the right spot. The distance between your opponent, you need to receive the ball in the right distance as well, because it depends of the distance. Then you can have an extra touch, or maybe you don't have even 2 touch, so that's why you need to play in 1 touch. So it all depends. And you need to take all these decisions so fast on the pitch.
Let's talk about overlapping runs now. As a fullback, they're super important. So talk to me about how you make a decision to leave your position at left back and start to go forward around your winger.
Well, I'm not doing quite often, to be honest, in the game, because I have different quality to do it. Yeah, of course, you need to feel the timing when you can do it. Basically, to do overlap is the main trigger. The main issue is in the overlap that you have to make the advantage with your winger against your opponent. You need to make this advantage 2v1, and then the winger can decide. He can put you the ball. If defender stays with him, or if his defender is following me, then he has a lot of space to go inside and make a decision to cross or to shoot or whatever. So you need to feel this timing when to do this overlap.
That brings me to my next point, because you do this more often, which is tucking into midfield. Can you talk about what triggers you look for to take up that position in midfield?
Well, first of all, I need to see how the opponent is playing, which formation they are playing. If I see that someone is staying so close with my holder midfielder, and I know for our build-up scenario we need to split the base in this case, so that's why I'm joining him in midfield. And then the number 10 or whatever who is taking our holder midfielder, then he's in doubt who he has to take it. If my winger is following me in midfield, then we have massive space, on the wing. My winger can stay with his fullback 1v1, and this is amazing scenario for me and for us as well as a team.
And final question for you, super important as a defending player. What is your first thought when you have to defend someone 1 versus 1?
It depends on in which area is it. If you know that there is someone in your back and we have advantage, let's say +1 or +2 players in the back, then I can be more aggression and stuff like this. If I know that I'm the only one and no one behind me, I need to feel the distance. I don't have to jump, let's say, and I just need to try to delay his pace as long as I can, just to wait until my teammates is back, and then we have advantage to get the ball. Because if you take the risk in this case, and then the guy is gonna dribble you, then there is only keeper behind, which is so dangerous. You need to put priorities in certain scenarios.
Great. Well, I'm sure all the young players out there are going to learn a lot from that, so thanks a lot.
Yeah.